Good afternoon, Ricky from North Carolina here, coming at you with another video. Hope you guys are doing well and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video from a take of a guy. I watched his video yesterday. Hope he don't get mad if he watches this. But he was talking about, does the grade really matter when you buy sports cards? And, I've heard this go around before. So I'm just going to give my take on it. And my quick response is, it don't matter to me. Just as long as the card looks decent, okay? And I can take rounded corners. I can take some creases. I can take some marks. I don't like paper loss. And I don't like if a card is cut on a corner where it's cut, in the image, in the picture or whatever, or the border. I don't like paper loss really, but I do have one with that, and I didn't realize it until I bought it. But I have some funky looking grades, but I don't have a lot of high grade cards, and you've seen my collection. And to me, it's to get the card, okay? If I want the card, if it looks presentable and it's in a one or authentic or whatever, and I can afford it, I'm going to get the card. I don't have a lot of money to fork out for a 7, 8, or 9 grade vintage card. I just really don't. And I like antiques, and I like a card that shows love. That's been loved and been handled by kids and traded, and some soft corners, and crease here and there, or a mark here and there, or a wrinkle. I don't mind that. And I got a few cards I want to show you. And this is not graded, but it's a second year Al Kaline, and it's got this is the one time I'm gonna go back on my word. I'm gonna show you what's wrong with the card. It's got a couple of marks floating around up there. I think I give $10 for this card. Second year, Bowman. It's got a mark on the back. I can live with that, okay? Yeah, live with that all day for $10. If the price correlates with the grade, I'm fine. I like to get a good deal. I'm fine with that card. I'm fine with it. Yeah, for $10 all day, all day. Now, this is a 1.5 in a PSA. It's a Yogi Berra. Okay. Corners are okay. Borders, okay. It's got a little paper loss. I don't know what you call that, paper loss or snow or whatever you call that around his cap there. But the card looks good to me. It's a 1.5, and I paid, the price for a 1.5. And the back looks good. Always get this glare. Back looks good. I think it looks good for a 1.5. I like it. I like cards like this. Now, this one I'm living with, but I'm going to get an upgrade when I can one day. Now, this is a 1.5. You saw the Yogi Berra in a 1.5. This is a Reggie Jackson rookie card, which I really wanted, and I jumped on it on eBay without really looking at it real good. And it's got staining at the bottom. It's got something really going on funky with the side over here. See it? On the border. To me, that looks like an authentic or a 1. Look at the corner up there. Okay? But the image area looks good as far as his face and all. And okay? But I will get me an upgrade. When my card shop gets one in that looks better, I'm going to trade this boy. So yeah, This is the Beckett. And I don't know if I can read this. It gives a, yeah, I can. It gives the centering a 3.5, corners a 1.5, edges a 2, surface a 1.5. It just, it bugs me about this border over here. Plus it's off-centered, way off-centered. And then there's staining down here. The staining don't bother me as much. It's got staining in the corner. It is this border over here. I really didn't, I just jumped on it because the price was low, and I probably paid the price of a 1.5, and it looks like a 1 or authentic. But anyway, I got it for now. But I didn't really buy it as a grade per se. Now here's one that's a 1. It's a pour. Okay? Jackie Robinson. Wanted this card bad. They had 2 of them. One was faded on the front, and this one is bold colors. I mean, it looks good. It looks like a 3 to me. But the back is faded. You know, but it don't bother me. It's still there. If you put a pair of peepers on, I can see the little writing on the edges there. But everything is there. It's not too bad. But that's a 1, okay, guys? Now this 1 to me looks better than that Reggie Jackson 1.5. So you can't go by the grade all the time. I don't go by the grade. I looked at the 2 cards together. There was about a $20 difference in this one and the other Jackie Robinson, and the other one was faded pretty bad. When you could put them up together, you could see this one was very bold in color, and I love this card. So, in a grade 1, yes sir, with a little fading on the back, I can live with that. I don't look at the back. But I want it to all be there, and it's there. It's all there. Look at that. That's a 1. Okay, and I hadn't shown this card, I don't believe. I got this with the, I've got a 70, this is a 71, 71, I believe. Rick Barry. Of course, he played before this, but they designated this as his rookie card. And I've got a Pete Maravich. I bought these together. The Pete Maravich is, I know, an 8 or a 9. It's pretty dead center. This is off-centered, but it's not graded, but, you know, it would grade probably maybe a 7. I don't know. Corners are good on it. I don't know, maybe a 6. Who knows? I'm not a grader. It might come back a 5. I don't know. But it's a good looking card. And they've got a autographed Rick Barry card, this card, up there in the card shop I go to now. I think they got $40 on it. I know I could get it for $35. I just like Rick Barry with that underhanded free throw that he did. Him and Wilt Chamberlain and a few other guys. And actually his grandson, I think it's his grandson, was playing in the Olympics with 3-on-3, and he did the same kind of free throws as Rick Barry, underhanded. Underarm, underhanded, whatever you want to call it. Between his legs. Sure did. I just thought I'd show this. This is the one I was telling you about that I bought. I went to Raleigh to buy a couple cards, and he had this one and he threw it in. And I didn't realize that this right here was paper loss. I thought it was part of the card, part of his uniform. And it turned out to be paper loss, and I didn't know. I didn't give a whole lot for it, but I wanted the card. And otherwise, it looks pretty good. but that kind of throws it off, you know. So I don't like paper loss. So it's kind of a bummer, but I kept it. I'll trade it one day probably. Then, if this was graded, would I buy it? Now, what would this grade? Would it grade an authentic or a 1 with the corners like it is? It's got a crease. You can see that crease right in there. I don't care. See the corners? Bad corners. Very bad. But the guy told me, and I've told this story about him going in his house, and he's got like 3 garages outside full of cards in his house. This was his grandfather's house. He don't live in it. He's had new siding put on it. It's a 2-story house. It's like a farmhouse near town in Burlington, North Carolina. So it's not out in the woods or anything. And I went in there, and I was the second person he ever let in there. All of his kitchen, the mud room, the kitchen, the dining room, the living room. He said upstairs, all cards, just cards everywhere. Said he had over 1 million, 2 million cards. And he would tell me that, and I wouldn't believe him until I went in there and looked in the garages. So it's got a lot more than that probably. But he told me to let me have this for $80, and I'll give him $80 for it. I wanted a Pete Maravich rookie. But if this was graded a authentic, a 1, yeah, I'd buy it. To have the card. The card's been loved, man. You know, finding I'm not sure, he might have put this in this holder, I'm not sure. But these are kind of hard, you know, to get, they're kind of beat up if they don't have the right side kind of holder. He might have taken a card out of another holder and put this in there for me. I don't know. Can't remember, but anyway. Yeah, if it was authentic or 1, I'd buy it. And then this is a 1. I bought the card because I liked the way it looked. It's pretty well centered. It's got a mark up here. Mark don't matter to me. Somebody drew little extensions of his uniform down here. To me, it's a nice looking card. And I paid a going price for a 1. So then again, I'm not getting ripped off. But yeah, I don't really look at the grade. The card looked good. It's a Mickey Mantle. And I could afford it. So, do I buy the grade? No, I don't really. Now, I do want to get a good deal when I do buy a card if it's graded. I don't want to pay a 3 grade and buy 1, like some of these deals on Marketplace. Good gracious, man. That card, they had this card on Marketplace that looks a whole lot worse than this for $450. I didn't give half of that for this. And, you know, crazy, but I'm having to think now, you know, I've got a lot of stuff in my room here. You know, I've got to think, and my wife told me the other day, what am I going to do with all this stuff, you know, if I go before she does? And I've got a kind of a plan on my records, but I really don't have a plan, too good of a plan on my cards where she'll get the benefit of the money. So I got to be thinking about that. Not that I'm morbid or anything, but you know, you got to think about these things. I mean, you could be 20, 25 years old and conk out the next day, you know, but I want to have a plan for what she could do and get the maximum money for this stuff I got and not just get ripped off. So anyway, but hey, it's cold here in North Carolina. It's supposed to be 19 degrees tonight. I didn't know it's been 25 last couple nights, but it's supposed to be 19 degrees tonight. And I got my sweatshirt on and my hood. And last year I bought a Columbia, one of those puffer coats with the I call it aluminum foil. It's not aluminum foil. It's foil type stuff in it. It's insulated. And my dog passed away in December, and I didn't have to really use it because I bought it really to take her out, walk her around early in the morning and when it's real cold. But I'm going to my daughter's. We're going to my daughter's tonight to eat, and I'm gonna wear this sweatshirt and that doggone coat. I'm not gonna get cold. I don't like to get cold. I'm wear that coat. So yeah, and my hat. Might wear my toboggan. I'm not gonna get cold. My daughter keeps it. They get their hot nature, cold nature, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, they keep it pretty cool in their house, and I keep my jacket on when I go up there. I might wear my coat, keep it on too. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, over 15-minute video. I just want to give you a feeling about me and the way I buy cards. You know, and then the bottom line is, if I look at the card and like the card the way it looks, and it looks and the price is right, I don't care about the grade. So that's just my take on it, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, as always, I hope you guys like this video, and hope you have a good day. And I know this remote is not going to work because somehow it goes over like 7 or 8 minutes. It won't work. But watch me. It's going to catch me this time and work. But anyway, you guys have a good day.